Yes, this is another Claude video, guys. I can't help it. I'm just doing Claude daily right now. But listen, it's such an amazing tool. So I wanted to share it with you guys. But this video is absolutely phenomenal and it's going to blow your mind because I'm going to show you how to find a profitable niche to sell and then also create it for you all with Claude. And this is absolutely phenomenal. And you can apply this process to every niche. But guys, I do all things Etsy, digital products, selling online, and all of that great stuff. I've got over 900 videos dedicated just for you. So make sure you check them out, guys, so you can see exactly how to make money through Etsy. Now, guys, Etsy is the biggest platform in the world. That's why I keep saying, forget trying to sell on Shopify or your own website. You've got to sell on a marketplace where people are actively coming over and buying things. And Etsy is the perfect platform for that. That's why I always encourage people to sell on Etsy. Now, on this video, I want to start with a three-part process. The first part being actually identifying a good sub niche to get into. And then number two, I'm going to validate and verify that we can get into it and also make sure that we improve on what's existing out there on Etsy. And then number three, we are going to create this fantastic design and it's going to be done super quick. So check this out. Okay, guys, so I'm on Claude right now. So listen, I'm going to explain what this is. This is your initial part of the research, right? Where you're asking Claude to find you those low competition niches. Now, first of all, you need to identify what digital product you want to sell, right? Because there's hundreds of types of digital product niches, from printables to wall art to coloring books to PDFs, ebooks to clip arts. There are hundreds. First of all, you've got to decide which one you want to get into. Because if you're going to do this and you're going to start selling this, then ideally you want to sell just this, as in lots of listings in your store within this type of niche, right? That's the best way because you're going to be a brand, you're going to be selling this one type. So decide on that first, decide on what you want to do. So let's say you've decided. Now I'm going to use wall art for this example. So I've said, give me 10 sub niches within digital wall art that are low competition but profitable on Etsy, straight downloadable, not in the personalized. There's personalized and there's just straight generic types of digital downloads, ones that people can just buy straight and just download it, right? Not being personalized where you need to do anything. So I've done that for a reason, so I can get a little bit more specific. And if you're serious about making money online with AI, why not join my academy where I'll show you step by step how to create and sell AI made digital products on one of the biggest platforms in the world called Etsy. No experience or design skills are needed. In fact, join my 20-minute challenge where I'll show you how anyone can create Etsy ready AI designs that you can sell. And in less than 20 minutes, I'll show you exactly how you can do that. I've only got limited spaces available, so be quick. So click the link below or above and I'll see you inside. All right, let's get back to the video. And guys, this is how you do it because you need to find those hyper or sub niches within the main niche, the overarching niche, in this case, wall art. And that's how you find those low competition ones, right? So Claude's going to do the heavy lifting for me right now, really quickly, identify them, but then I'm going to validate it, don't forget. So let's try that. I'm going to use Opus 4.8, which is the model that I'm using. Now, they do have a newer model called Fable. Fable's going to burn through all your credits and is not really designed for this. Opus 4.8, at the time doing this video, probably be a 4.9 tomorrow, is good enough. Okay. So anyway, now it's kind of excavating and underserved sub niches beyond the alternatives. It's analyzing basically, guys, right now as we speak in front of your eyes. So this is your first layer, guys, of research. First layer, you do that initial research, but obviously we need to go and validate that. Okay, so I love the way Claude talks, by the way. He says, here's the thing, before the list, low competition waller is mostly a comforting myth at the category level. It's basically laughing at how I speak. Not I speak, but it says Walmart is one of the most promising niches, but also highly competitive due to low barriers to entry and the numbers of new designs appearing daily, right? Then it goes on to say, The aesthetic niche category offers the highest immediate potential for new sellers due to explosive research volume and a lack of established market leaders in those specific aesthetics, guys. And this is why I like talking to Claude, because Claude really understands and gives you the reasons for their choices, right? Now, remember, obviously, I do like to verify and validate, and that has to be the case because, as Claude says itself, right? Claude can make mistakes. Please double check what we say. It always says that. Anyway, it's given me 10 options and they do look really cool, from the vintage mushroom and fungi charts, coquette decor, retro cocktail and home bar art, dark academia, maximalist, dopamine decor gallery sets, houseplant collector species, guys. This is super hyper niched. Music room, vinyl art, vintage travel, quirky kitchen, vintage anatomical medical illustration. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal bit of research. Now, I'm going to choose something, hopefully, one of these that is making money, that is a recent listing out of these. Going to take a while, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to get back to you. So yeah, check out the next bit. What I did was I used one of those sub niches to kind of go in further. And I always say validate those niches. Just make sure that they're validated. You can always generate more ideas through Claude, but just make sure you do your validation. And this is the process. So I've chosen dark academia kind of wall arts, right? And I found a really good listing to look at. This listing is only 2 months old, guys, like literally 2 months old. It's making good sales. It's a bestseller. It's got 20 plus in a basket. It's making nearly $1,000 a month, which is good for one listing. Yes, it has quite a few design prints, but like I said, once you understand the process, you can create this quite quickly. Now, these are in that dark academia style, right? Very interesting, very moody, if you like, those moody prints, gothic style, if you like. Now, so what I'm going to do, and again, I'm going to use Claude to help me with this process. Now, remember, like I said, if you want to analyze some of the numbers, you would need a tool called EverBee, like EverBee, a research tool which can give you the stats. So, for example, this is telling me it's 2 months old, made 60 sales, and this information is through EverBee. So, if you want to check out EverBee, you can see the link is below and you can try it out for free. Now, okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use now Claude to reverse engineer a design. So basically, I'm going to create a prompt from the design so that I can create a design similar to this, obviously, but in my own unique way. So inspired by it, but in my own unique way. And the reason for that is because these work, right? These designs work. So I need to create something that the same target audience would come and buy my ones too, because they'll be similar but obviously unique. Now I've hooked up Claude to my Chrome extension. You see at the top here, you can do that quite easily just by typing in Chrome extensions, and then you'll see Claude on the list. So I've got it here, and then you can see that I clicked on it now, so it's going to appear. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I want to print screen one of these images that are sold, this flowery dark academia style one, and then I'm going to upload the screenshot into my Claude chat. Okay, let me upload it now. There you go, should be appearing. Now I'm going to reverse engineer now the design. I'm going to say create a prompt from this design. Keep the same style, aesthetics, and characteristics. However, make sure the design is unique. Okay, so it's going to keep the whole style and the aesthetics. However, it's going to be a unique design to me. Okay, and then I'm going to generate the prompt. Okay, so a highly detailed prompt is produced. And it's also giving me some keynotes like of what is captured. So what I'm going to do is it's really good, by the way, really, really good. Copy this. I want to take it into something called Kittl, my AI design platform, where it has different AI art models, really cool ones. And the reason why I like to put it into there is because it can create for me a really good wall art, which will have those characteristics. But not only that, is that Claude itself doesn't have its own AI art. It cannot create it like ChatGPT can. It does have a connector, if you like, or something that it can connect to as a third party called Higgsfield, which has those AI art generators inside it. However, I prefer to use Kittl because Kittl is really good in terms of being able to edit the design so that I can have it just super ready for the customer, optimized, size ready to go basically. So I do advise using Kittl, and Kittl, you'll see a link below where you can try out for free as well, but I'll show you Kittl right now, so check this out. Okay, so I'm on Kittl right now. This is Kittl, and I've just pasted my fantastic prompt. I'm going to click a prompt. I'm going to click generate now, and guys, just tell me whether it looks amazing or not. This is my design right now. Now, like I said, I can put it, this is my artboard, absolutely phenomenal. And you'll see that it maintained the same style aesthetics, however, completely unique to me or for me, but maintaining that dark academia style is absolutely phenomenal, guys. And this is how you do it. Now, obviously, if I want to resize it, I can quite easily on here, which is why I love it so much. Obviously, make sure you get the right sizing for your wall art. Make sure that when you download it, I'm just going to go to download export here. Make sure you got 300 dpi, make sure it's optimized. Like I said, the sizing needs to be correct, but you can do all of this in Kittl as well to make sure that it's literally download ready when you sell it. And if you're serious about making money online with AI, why not join my academy, where I'll show you step by step how to create and sell AI made digital products. Anyway, if you did like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and I shall see you on the next one. Take care.